Michael Bublé revealed the most annoying gesture your kids can do in a funny TikTok video from August 2024. He cut off a spontaneous performance and dance session between his two boys while they played computer games that did not go according to plan. The vocal coach's only wish was to brighten his son's day by singing "Don't Blame It on Me" to them during a private performance. However, Noah and Elias were too engrossed in a soccer video game to pay attention. Bubba received the typical response from two lads whose video gaming was interrupted: "Come on, move. I can't see." As Noah and Elias cranked their necks around their dancing dad, they informed him. The celebrity gave it his all in an attempt to elicit a response from his kids at his concert, but to no avail. "A private performance of my brand new song is being bestowed upon my children for the first and last time." A TikTok video by Bublé was captioned, "Elias finally had enough and tackled his dad to stop." A kind of capitulation, if you will. Because, as any parent can tell you, video game controllers make it incredibly difficult to hold a child's attention. This is only one example of how not all of Bubble's relatives feel about his music. While at a post-final red carpet event that year, Kuhner shared with his wife Lizanna Lapalato the first listen of a new Christmas song he had been working on. At the same time, Adam David, winner of The Voice Season 27, received some wise advice from his coach Bube. "I question myself, how much external proof do I need to just start believing for myself? It's a weird question because I don't know." You really don't know, right? After David admitted he'd been battling with imposter syndrome in the weeks leading up to his huge success. David boasted, "I've just won, even standing here. You just have to learn to live with it, I suppose, because it's not going anywhere. Plus, I think I'm getting closer and closer to accepting it as a reality." Never stop being vulnerable and self-conscious. It's what makes you stand out and connect with people. Do not lose the empathy and compassion that others saw in you, he admonished. Don't harden your heart and think you're perfect because things will go ugly quickly if you do. Picture this: the legendary crooner Michael Bublé, whose velvety voice, captivating flair, and irresistible charisma have made him famous around the world, makes a completely surprising decision. Not in front of a sold-out stadium, not in front of his millions of followers all over the world, but rather a private, intimate performance in his backyard for his children. Everything that could go wrong has, in fact, gone wrong. What follows is an incredibly wild and entertaining evening that both his loved ones and the world of internet would never soon forget. Bube, dressed in his signature casually chic clothes, had been plotting this for weeks, and it all began on a bright Saturday afternoon. As Michael whispered excitedly to his wife Lizanna about doing something fun as a family, his children Noah, 8, and Elias, 5, were completely unaware that he had planned a small stage, sound equipment, and recruited a few local musicians to participate. Enjoy a laid-back garden performance while he performs some of his popular favorites and even a couple of goofy songs. However, it's common knowledge that plants get berserk and hilariously wild when children are involved. Therefore, Michael, with just his family and a handful of friends serving as stagehands, stepped onto the improvised stage, cleared his throat, grabbed his microphone, and immediately began to play "Haven't Met You," his infectiously energetic signature song. His children's enthusiasm shone through as they danced and cheered. Meanwhile, mayhem ensued as the youngest Elias seized the microphone for his rock star routine, singing into it while oblivious to his dad's performance. Noah tried to intervene by offering Elias a toy guitar, but Elias promptly swung it erratically, turning it into a microphone. Michael was just getting going when Buddy, the family's energetic golden retriever, decided to show up. Because he could feel all the excitement, Buddy sprang onto the stage and began to yelp and wag his tail wildly. While doing so, he inadvertently tipped over a speaker, cutting the music for a second and producing a loud crackle. After a brief expression of shock, Michael couldn't help but burst into laughter. At the same time, being the cheeky one that he is, Noah decided to put his own musical spin on it. From the side of the platform, he retrieved a plastic tambourine and began to shake it. Desperately attempting to share the stage with his father because of the overwhelming volume, Michael's voice was inaudible. A riot of competing plastic noises with the mayhem heating up, Elias decided to steal the show by stealing Michael's sequin jacket and sunglasses from his dad's closet. Shortly after donning the jacket, Elias began to emulate his dad's signature cheerleading moves and spin around in a rock star posture. However, the sequins on the jacket began to fall off and scatter around the stage like confetti. The scenario was pure comedic gold, with Michael attempting to keep his cool while his kid rolled around laughing as Elias's eyeglasses fell down his nose and he stumbled, falling into a pile of cushions that had been placed out for the crowd to sit on. Michael persisted through the growing mayhem in an effort to complete the song. However, as he reached the final chord, an unaffiliated drone crashed into the backyard. Its buzzing overhead startled everyone as it was drawn to the sound. Convinced it was an aerial robot, Noah sprang for it, accidentally dropping a bucket of water as he did so. Elias slipped and fell into a tiny puddle that formed on the stage as water flowed upon it, causing him to burst into laughter. Meanwhile, the drone persisted in hovering overhead and catching everything in its aerial view. A video of the ideal or most disorganized family concert in this instance, the crowd consisted of two inquisitive felines who had strayed into the yard. They leaped onto the stage, started chasing the drone, swung around at the equipment, and even knocked down a microphone stand. Attempting to maintain composure amidst the feline hysteria, Michael continued to sing. As Lucetta laughed her head off at her husband's performance while simultaneously juggling their children, dog, drone, and cats, she filmed the entire incident. After around 20 minutes of musical mayhem, the sound of her laughing echoed throughout the house. As a touching, if slightly off-key, encore, Michael chose to perform Feeling Good. Amidst all the mayhem, the children still managed to clap and cheer. Then, while still dressed in his sequin jacket, Elias stepped back and unintentionally knocked over a decorative lantern. In a flash, Noah snatched a garden hose from nearby and doused the flickering flames caused by the falling lantern. The yard had transformed into a jumble of water sequin pillows and children's giggles. Everyone had a blast, even though, or maybe because of the mayhem, and Michael couldn't help but chuckle as he looked at his family drenched in sequins, water, and mud. "Well," he remarked with a laugh, "that's a concert folks will never forget." With the help of captions, Luciana shared fragments of the mayhem on social media. Live from Pandemonium, Michael Bublé performs in his backyard. Apologies, everyone, but you've missed the main show. With millions of views, comments, and memes praising the comedy, the video went viral in no time. The fact that this spontaneous, disorganized performance worked so well exemplifies how innovation can flourish in the face of chaos. Viewers all over the globe could relate to Michael's readiness to roll with the punches, laugh at himself, and spend quality time with his family. The lesson was a good reminder that we shouldn't constantly strive for perfection. Amidst the mayhem, the most priceless moments are often discovered. One may say that Michael Bublé's backyard concert exemplified the spontaneous, delightful, and creative aspects of family life. It was a good reminder that no matter how well you prepare for an event, some unexpected, typically chaotic, but always entertaining twist will arise. In the future, Michael and his children will remember that night with warmth and laughter. For years to come, members of the same family will talk about the concert. The finest performances can come from the most unexpected places and situations. This night was a prime example of that. Perhaps Michael will rehearse his performance next time with some additional safety measures and maybe even less mayhem. Nevertheless, the joy and reminiscences will remain indelible and contagious. So, keep Michael Bublé's backyard concert in mind the next time you're feeling overwhelmed by the unpredictability of life. Life is delightfully chaotic and absolutely unforgettable. Embrace it, laugh at its surprises, and hold on to the moments that make it such.